Excellent writing question come up, and I want to illustrate the answer to that question for you guys. So the question is, what if you struggle just to get the words on the paper? What if you struggle even with just the first sentence? And in looking and talking with the class, there are a number of us who struggle just to even get the first sentence down. So my question was, is it okay to find a part of your story that you can talk about, that you really can talk about? Do you have to start with the first sentence of your story? You do not. If you think of your story sort of like a puzzle, watch. Ever seen anybody cut up a story before? Okay, I'm going to chop this story right up. Watch. Because I think, well, I know, I've seen your storyboards. Everybody has a story, right? Everybody has a story. That's not the problem. The problem is, how in the world do we take this story and put it together into something that makes sense? Because my guess is, when you guys go to write, you're sitting here looking at this pile of pieces in front of you. And this is what it feels like to try to get your story down on paper, and you say, how in the world am I going to make any sense out of this? Alright, and what you do is you take it a piece at a time. Do you have to take the first two pieces and put them together first? No, you don't. Okay? You do not have to take these first two pieces and put them together first. Okay? One day when I used to live in Japan. That doesn't have to come first when you're writing. When you're writing, if you want to start on the side somewhere, go ahead. That's fine. If you want to, and I don't think it goes that way. See, I'm not even sure when I go to put it together how it goes. Alright, you want to start somewhere else at the bottom? You want to start at the bottom of your story? Fine. Go ahead. Start at the bottom if you can start there. You want to start somewhere, I don't know, in the middle? Go ahead. Start in the middle if you want to. That's fine. And eventually what happens is you have this story that you're trying to put together. And you put it in piece by piece. Now when you look at this, is something still missing? The middle of my story is still missing. But is that okay? Is that okay that the middle is still missing? It is. It is, because what I can do is I can say, well, okay, I've got some pieces here, and I've got some pieces here, and I'm happy with those pieces. Now, let's see. What else can I fit in this story? Well, I'm going to try this piece and see how it goes. And then look, as I do a little bit more writing, even if it's just one single word at a time, might just be one single word. So if I look at my Hikaru storyboard here, my word might be baby blanket. My word might be airplane. I sent Hikaru on an airplane. All those words, okay? And then I think, now how is the rest of this story going to go together? And, you know, it takes a little bit of time to figure out, nope, that isn't it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, but this one could maybe go in here. And then look, I still have a big gap over here that I'm not too happy with. Right? But look, I can snap that piece in, okay? And when I put all the pieces together like that, look, there's still a few holes, aren't there? There's still a few holes, so I have to tidy it up. You know, I'm going to have to work on it to make sure I get the exact words that I want to say, that I copy over the draft so my handwriting is nice and neat, that I get things in the way that I want them, okay? So that it's together for me and that I have a story that I'm happy with. Alright, but I don't have to start from the top and just write straight down through and hope for a perfect product. Okay, it doesn't always work out that way. In fact, a lot of times it doesn't. Okay, so when you're writing your story, you write any part of it that you want to write first. If you want to start with this middle box here, with this box here, I sent Hikaru home on an airplane. Okay, I could talk about that part of my story. Even just one sentence about it. And that would help put one piece in my puzzle. Okay, so writing's tricky business, and you don't have to just do it straight away from the beginning. You can start with any part that you're able to write with. Does that help?